Ah. Hello, everyone. Son, I'm crying. It's so true, Jolene. Sorry, Gay Feet. I forgot that's your new name. Yes, it is. Don't pretend it's not. Daybuster. Love Undertale. Undertale is peak. 45 are gonna finish this ship before 2028. Trust? I hope so. I hope so. Are you playing on PC? Yes. Shoot, that was dumb. Still going? Yep. So how do you get back to the beginning? Is it a mod? Yes. It's called God Home. What's all the bosses you beat so far? You mean all the bosses I've no-hit? Basically every boss. W streamer, low-key, thank you. Day 45 for Angry Sands, that's so true. How do you put God Home mod save file into the normal save file? You take the save file that comes with God Home, you delete everything in your normal save file folder, and you put that in. Do you have to get to the second phase most time and... Wait, do you get to second phase most of the time now? Yes. Most of the time I get to phase 2. What's the normal save file called? It's called Undertale in your save data folder. Have you gotten to the Lost Souls yet? Yes. Shoot. God damn it. Thank you, EDU, for the follow. Is dodging the barrage near the end just luck-based? Basically, yeah. It will happen eventually. Asriel No Hit will happen, yes. When Togor Dreamer no hit, I can do that after I no hit this. After this no hit, the whole Undertale True Pacifist route. Chat, do you think I could be the first person ever to no hit True Pacifist? Roaring Knight no hit? I already did that. That was my first ever no hit. Thank you, Eggman, from the follow. Is this Deltarune? No, this is Undertale. How did that? Oh my god, I'm getting such bad RNG with that right now. Dude. This is by far the hardest no-hit in the game. It is that hard. I mean, phase 1's not that hard, I'm kind of just getting unlucky right now. But the whole no-hit is that hard. Thank you, Kara, for the follow. Use fight. That was so effective. What happens if you fight last phase? Nothing. The same thing. You just miss. Thank you, Wuyari, for the follow. Thank you, Papa Piku, for the rose. Thank you, Billy Guy, for the follow. Thank you so much. You got me into Undertale, bro. I'm glad you put you on to it. It's a good game. Gaster, yeah. The song helps me sleep every night. I feel like this is not a great song to sleep to. Thank you, Big, for the follow. Thank you, Lucky, for the follow. What do you mean it's so calming? Sure. Press hope on act? Why would I do that? It's time for Hypergooner. Oh, come on, man. How was I supposed to dodge that? Hello, lad. How are you doing? Remember day 3 of this? Yeah, I've been at it for a while. Is this Fortnite? Yeah. How long do you think this will take? Probably like at least another month. Is this Minecraft? Yeah. I'm 2 bosses away from every Hollow Knight boss no-hit, and they are so annoying. NKG and Galleon, I don't know those bosses. I've only played, like, to the main ending of Hollow Knight. I haven't, like, done everything yet. I'm planning on going back to it at some point, though. I do want to 100% that game. Isn't it Calamity mod? Yeah. What's the closest you have been? Like, how many attacks left? I've made it to the second to last attack 3 times. Is this Rainbow Road from Mario Kart? Yeah. Is this Hollow Knight? Yeah. Bro, act? Why would I do that? Is this Call of Duty? Yeah. Are you fighting the Ender Dragon? Yeah. Thank you, KRO, for the follow. This is every game according to you? No. This is Fortnite. Keep going, you're goated. Thank you. I swear at the start you did act. You mean like on day 1? I did at the beginning, because I didn't realize that sparing's faster. Then I realized sparing's faster and I did that instead. Thank you, LNC, for the follow. Anyway, it's time for Hyper Gooner. Everyone should like, follow, and sub so you get good luck. That's so true. Everybody should do that. God damn it, bro. That was annoying. Not gonna lie, this boss fight was low-key mid. Disagree. Mechanically, I mean... Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good fight mechanically. It's not like the most unique or anything, but it's good. Does Kara appear in this fight? No. You made it back to RNG Hill since second fluke? Oh, you mean have I made it to the second to last attack? I've made it there 3 times. Is this Newbert? Yeah. Thank you, Miho, for the follow. It's an amazing ending and the best ending, but it wasn't hard and repetitive. I mean, it's definitely not hard. I wouldn't say it's repetitive, though. I mean, he repeats a couple attacks, but so does every boss in the game. I don't think it has to be hard, though. I think it's good that that ending is pretty accessible. Is this Titanfall? Yeah. Is this a sentient chocolate bar? Yeah. Is this DS2? What? Dark Souls 2? Oh. Yeah. Can you even beat him? Yeah, the boss is easy. It's basically impossible to lose to it. There are like a million checkpoints. Literally anybody could beat this boss. But no-hitting it is nearly impossible. What? Oh my god, bro. Is this Deltarune? No. I'd say the Undying is harder to no-hit. You're so wrong. You've clearly never tried to no-hit this. Undying the Undying is an easy no-hit. I no-hit Undying the Undying in like an hour. This is by far the hardest no-hit in the game, and nothing comes anywhere close. Papyrus is the hardest no-hit? Wait, you might be right. Everyone knows Frog gets the hardest no-hit. Thank you, Fly Sack Boy, for the follow. Thank you, another guy, for the follow. I don't know how to pronounce that. Final Frogget is the hardest. Low key. Toriel's unironically really hard to no-hit. It's not that hard. It's definitely one of the easiest no-hits. It's not like super easy, but definitely one of the easiest no-hits. Meanwhile, Wingding Gas Steering Sans Papyrus Dreamer is the easiest no-hit. That's so true. Asgore is a hard no-hit. It's not that hard. Actually, I haven't done that yet. Not for any particular reason. I just haven't tried it yet. But I'm sure I could get that done in like 20 minutes. Do Asgore? Maybe later. Isn't the hardest but still gets me occasionally? Isn't Omega Flowey hard to no-hit? That's definitely the second hardest no-hit, which I did do, and that took a while. It's a hard no-hit, but it's not as hard as this. Sans no-hit? Sans no-hit is also pretty hard, but nowhere near Flowey or this. Thank you, Soy Sauce, for the follow. Thank you, Brackets, for the follow. Thank you, AZK, for the follow. Thank you, How You Feel, for the rose. You should try a back-to-back no-hit on any character you think would be hard. I mean, a double no-hit of pretty much every boss except for Omega Flowey would be easier than this. Even a back-to-back Sans no-hit would be easier than this. And like significantly so. In fact, an entire Genocide run no-hit is easier than this. Is this even possible? It is possible, but like near impossible. Very, very few people have done it. I feel like Photoshop Flowey and Asriel aren't supposed to be hard, but meant to ruin a no-hit stream. I mean, yeah, they were not really designed to be no-hit, especially Asriel. But they are technically no-hittable. Is Omega Flowey no-hit hard? It's the second hardest, only second to this. Which phase is it? This is phase 1. End of phase 1. We're on Hypergooner. Roaring Knight attack? Yeah. Except less fair. It's at Hypergooner? I know. The thing with Photoshop Flowey isn't even that hard after 2 or 3 tries. I mean, like, to not die on? I don't think I ever died on it, honestly. Like, you get so much more HP than it looks like on that. What's your opinion? Is Deltarune better than Undertale? Oh yeah, way better. Thank you, Pickle, for the follow. Thank you, Crispy, for the follow. Is Asriel a Gooner in Deltarune actually canon? I mean, he does have that How to Draw Dragons book, so yeah, kinda. Thank you, Gubby, for the follow. Is this harder than Marlet no-hit? Yes. This is harder than Zenith Marlet no-hit by a lot. Oh, come on! That was close. How's Deltarune better? It's mechanically better, it has a better story, it has a better soundtrack, it has better characters. It's just better in every aspect, honestly. Undertale is better in my opinion because of music and nostalgia. Uh, I mean, the only reason you could ever say Undertale is better is because of nostalgia. It's an objectively worse game. It's a great game. I love Undertale, but Deltarune is objectively better. Story of Deltarune is bad. That's just so false. That's like just a dog shit take. Opinion based, it's a bad opinion. It's just a bad opinion. Well, Deltarune isn't even finished, and it's already better. Deltarune Loki mid-story. Why is my chat full of dog shit takes right now? Deltarune is more emotional and story-driven. I mean, they're both very story-driven game. I just think Deltarune has a much better story. With much better written characters. And a much more interesting plot that lasts significantly longer. Which boss is the hardest to no-hit? This, by far. Deltarune was kind of good, but I don't know, I hated how Chris acted. Chris is one of the best parts. I don't get any hate for Chris. Why? There's more story in Deltarune? That is true. There is definitely more story. Chapter 3 and 4 in Deltarune are terrible. You know what? Get out of my chat. Get out of my stream right now. Bro said the 2 best chapters are horrible. Chapter 1 and 2 are better? That's so wrong. Get out of my stream. Get out of my stream, bro. Chapter 3 is just minigames and 4 drags on. That's just so not true. 4 is by far the best chapter. You have the worst takes I've ever heard. This has to be Rage Bait, bro. Soundtrack and Deltarune are beautiful, yeah. Chapter 3 is the one I had more fun, but overall 4 is better. I agree, I think 4 is the best chapter in the game. I can understand why some people might not love worst Chapter 4. I loved it story-wise, I loved the heart-sinking bit, was amazing, and Gerson. Then why are you saying it's the worst one? You're not making any sense. Chapter 2 is below Chapter 1 in my opinion? That's crazy. Chapter 1's good, but it's definitely the worst chapter. I think every chapter is better than the last. Freedom Motif is a much better adaptation to that. To what? Because every chapter has good parts and I just didn't enjoy it? You're making no sense. Your takes are so terrible, bro. It's time for Hypergooner. 1, 4, 3, 2 is the only right order? No. No, that's terrible. 4 is always number 1. Thank you, Noob, for the follow. Like, I can understand some people putting Chapter 2 above Chapter 3. I don't personally agree, but I can understand it. But 4 not being under number 1 is just wrong. I love Chapter 3 because of Tenna, but the replayability, I think it's replayable. I think Chapter 3 is one of the most fun and interesting mechanically chapters. I like the minigames. Also, it has the Roaring Knight, which is the best boss fight in the game. Oh, thank you, Hit My Phony Bone, for the Heart Me and the Go Popular, by the way. Your opinions are not valid, bro. You need a timeout, because you're so wrong. Why don't you attack him? Because attacking doesn't do anything. Here, I'll show you what happens if I attack. Chapter 5 is going to be like Snowden. That's an interesting theory. Why do you think that? I've heard it. It's like the backwards thing, but I don't really get it. Isn't going to be anything? What? Thank you, dummy, for the follow. This is Chapter 5. You might be right. Why isn't Frisk just free from Asriel? Wait, that's low-key a good point. Chapter 5 is going to be like a garden? I think so too, because I think it'll probably take place in Flower King. Papyrus is the Roaring Knight. Wait, you might be onto something. Super Asriel's secret boss of Chapter 5? That would be fire. We don't know Papyrus is in Deltarune? Yes, we do. Sans mentions his brother several times. He's in it. Also, it's just very obvious that Sans and Papyrus come from Deltarune, so he's obviously there. We just haven't seen him yet. Papyrus's baby bones in Chapter 8? Wait, you're so right. Sans on Fent would be a peak boss. That would be the best boss ever created. The game would peak right there if that happened. Okay, name your top 5 favorite boss fights in both Deltarune and Undertale. Okay. Number 1, the Roaring Knight. Number 2, Gerson. Number 3, Sans. Number 4, Omega Flowey. Number 5, Spamton Neo. Those are my top 5. No, Jerry. Oh, right. Sorry. Jerry's at number Super 1. What's the most annoying puzzle in Deltarune? I don't think there are any. I don't think there are any really bad puzzles. I guess maybe some of the keys to find Jevil are a little annoying because you have to go back and forth a lot, but I wouldn't say they're that bad. Roaring Knight no hit? That was my first ever no hit. We're all forgetting Rudy is the knight? Unlikely, but that is possible. I think it's way more likely that it's Des, that it's basically guaranteed. But if it's anyone else, it would be Rudy. Last breath no hit, maybe after this. Thank you, Titanfall, for the follow. How many times did you beat Asriel? I don't know, like a couple, but beating Asriel's easy. I'm trying to no-hit it. Again, there's so many checkpoints in this fight, it's pretty much impossible to fail it. Like, you can die, but you don't really lose any progress most of the time. What's your favorite song in Undertale and Deltarune? Or just in general? Because in Undertale and Deltarune, I would say the third Sanctuary. What's Chris doing in the Goon Corner? He's just doing his thing. Anyway, it's time for Hyper Gooner. Oh yeah, my bad. Why don't when you get hit practice the other attacks? Because they're just so RNG based that, like, it doesn't really help anything. That wasn't horrendous RNG, that was fine RNG. Should I sleep or should I not sleep? It's 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't know, it's up to you. Thank you, IQ Bane for the follow. What's your favorite Deltarune chapter? 4 by far. One out of 4. Thank you, Andres, for the follow. Oh, you were talking about chat? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have muted you then. In that case, you're right. Their opinions were not valid. Okay, 2 out of 4. How much time did you spend trying to no-hit Photoshop Flowey? That took 21 days. And I'm already on day 45 with this. Oh, man. Good run. That was a good run, though. Made it pretty far. Have you gotten to phase 4 no-hit yet? Yes, 3 times. How long have you been live? I've been live for 40 minutes. Shoot. Thank you, Team PP, for the follow. Watching this while killing everything in the underground, that's peak. Has Asriel got the human souls like Omega Flowey? Yes. Plus all the monster souls in the underground. So, equivalent of 7 human souls. Random question, do you know Spanish? Very little. I'm stuck on Undying the Undying. Any tips? Yeah. Stock up on, the Cinnabuns or whatever. Get as many of those as possible. Try not to use the snow pieces, but you can if you need to. And just, like, take it slowly. It's more visually overwhelming than it actually is. Most of the attacks aren't actually that hard to dodge. Use Act? Why would I do that? Photoshop Flowey isn't hard either. It's hard to no-hit. I did no-hit it, but it's hard. I beat Sans with like 4 legendary heroes. Yeah, I mean, a no-heal Sans is not that hard. But for the first time, you'll want as many heals as possible, because it can be overwhelming before you've learned all the patterns. The karma is horrible to deal with. It's not that bad. It's a little annoying when you're like doing it for the first time, but it's not that bad. What does Asriel mean by "you will do it"? He's saying like he wants to like keep fighting you and playing with you over and over, and he's saying that you're gonna do it. He's just being very childish, basically, and saying you have to play this game with me. Yo, Dead Rat, you remember me? I'm not sure I do. Thank you, GTW, for the follow. Thank you, for the follow. No hate, but isn't this game just dodging obstacles? I mean, that's a big part of it. It's a bullet hell. That's generally what bullet hells are. But that's not all of it. That's just what the battles are. Ain't Asriel literally a child? I mean, he like has the mind of a child, but he's technically been alive for like thousands of years. Thank you, Ash, for the follow. Thank you, Raleigh, for the follow. He's like an immortal child, basically. Today, Arteca didn't say something. What do you mean by that? Thank you, Ash, for the follow. Thank you, Raleigh, for the follow. Thank you, Master King, for the follow. Thank you, Two Time, for the follow. Anyway, it's time for Hypergooner. Are you a masturbator? Or are you the masturbator? Yeah, basically. Why does Asriel seem weaker than Omega Flowey? Not actually difficult in gameplay ability, but ability-wise, he's not. People just like see Omega Flowey doing like the save loading more often, but Asriel can do that too. It's just different mechanically with the fight. He just doesn't do that attack. There's not really a lore reason for why he doesn't. He could. Omega Flowey is more chaotic. With the exception of these attacks. These are worse than anything Omega Flowey does. God damn it. Like, Omega Flowey seems to try and kill us more. Yeah, Asriel's also just, like, in more power, and he's kind of just playing with us. He can kill us, but he's kind of just not doing it, because he doesn't have to. Whoops. I swear those attacks are impossible to dodge in the second phase. They're not impossible, they're just really, really annoying. You got this. If you can do a Mega Flurry no hit, you can do this. I know, that's what I've been thinking. No hit Nut Dealer? I will when that comes out. Thank you, Void, for the follow. Why does he think we are Kara? Because that's kind of a complicated answer. But he like kind of wished for Kara to come back, and then that kind of woke up Kara's like not soul, because Kara doesn't have a soul, but like kind of Kara's soul. It's a little weird, but that Kara's like essence is kind of within Frisk. Also, doesn't a no-hit Asriel count as at least a hit run because of that one undodgeable attack? I mean, it's an undodgeable attack, so it just doesn't count. Thank you, Kipala, for the follow. I want Asriel to hit on me. That's crazy, Big Willie T. If I had to guess, it's because Kara might have had the Determination Soul. I mean, yeah, they did. Kara's coffin has a red soul on it, so it's pretty obvious, but I don't know. All that stuff is kind of weird and doesn't make a lot of sense. That's where the lore gets really messy. How do you download that game? Undertale? It's on Steam. Thank you, Pompeji, for the follow. How do I fight Asriel Dreamer? Asriel's the final boss of True Pacifist. Do you download it on Google? No, you download it on Steam. Oh, well, I don't have Steam? Oh, you can get Steam. It's free. Thank you, John, for the follow. Thank you, Micah, for the follow. Still doing this? Yep. Yeah, it got messy. Might have to deal with the Alphys experiments and stuff never really told to us. I mean, the implication is the place where Frisk lands when they fall into the underground is where Kara is buried. And because Asriel was, like, calling out to Kara, it, like, woke up Kara's, like, spirit somehow, and it kind of, like, became part of Frisk. It's really weird, but that's kind of what happens. Thank you, Kirby, for the follow. Thank you, Tato, for the follow. Soul Ascending explains it well. In like a time loop kind of way, yeah, if that's what you think of it, but I don't think that was the intention. Thank you, Bryson, for the follow. Where is Kara's soul? Has Asriel got it? Kara lost their soul. When Kara killed themselves and Asriel absorbed Kara's soul, and Asriel died, Kara's soul was kind of just lost. And somehow, I guess Frisk got it? There's not really much of an explanation. Not gonna lie, to get good, you should buy a better gaming chair. You're so right. Did someone gift something? Thank you, Chris, for the heart me. Appreciate it. Bro, I just joined and heard killed themselves. What did I miss? I'm talking about what Kara did. How did Asriel die if he's right there? Because Asriel's dust was spread on a flower after he died, and then Gaster injected that flower with determination, and it became alive again and turned into Flowey. No, it was Gaster. As Alphys knew about it, but Gaster's the one that did it. You can tell by the way that the entry was written. Shit. Can you do Omega Flowey? I already know hit Omega Flowey. Was Asriel evil from the start? No. Flowey, became evil because he didn't have a soul. Gaster created the core, then somehow vanished into it? No, Gaster discovered dark fountains, and that, caused him to disappear. Probably because he tried to seal a dark fountain, and he didn't have a human soul. Gaster did create the core, but that's not what caused him to disappear. It was a dark fountain. Wait, so you're telling me that Flowey is just jealous because he has no soul? No, he just, didn't care about anyone and, started killing people to see what would happen because he didn't feel any empathy for them. Because he didn't have a soul. Basically the same thing that, we do when we play Geno, because we want to see what happens when we kill everyone. And we see it as a video game, so it doesn't matter to us. Flowey's meant to be a parallel of the player doing that. Do you think Deltarune and Undertale will eventually be connected? They're already very connected, mostly through characters like Sans, Papyrus, and Gaster. Is it true that when the player dies and respawns, Frisk's body doesn't heal, so monsters we lock deformed? So the monsters we look deformed? No, that's not true. Alphys did not inject Flowey. Whatever you read, Sans, is incorrect. Trust me, Sans, I know the lore better than whatever you read. Most of the things you Google like that, a lot of those wikis, do not mention Gaster, because it's not exactly common knowledge. But it's very clear the way it's written that Gaster is the one that did that. Gaster ain't even confirmed? That is not true. Gaster is very confirmed. I'm talking about the fact that Gaster is the one guy. Mystery Man? I mean, it's 100% him. That's not technically confirmed, but it is him. What is this YouTube video about Alphys writing all the entries? Alphys did not write all the entries. That is a dumb theory. It makes no sense. It is... also, entry 17 exists. Alphys definitely didn't write that one. And the entries talking about Flowey are before entry 17. So Gaster was still the royal scientist. Like, I think the one that talks about the flower being gone is entry 8. So it was written by Gaster. Wait, so if Asriel has a soul now, why is he still evil? I mean, he, like, becomes good again through the course of the fight. But he's still, like, in the mindset of Flowey. It's just not, like, an instant transition. Dungeon lore is crazy? Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Does Asgore know Flowey's his son? Because of all the manipulation Flowey did to the timeline, like, at first he did, but for whatever reason, Flowey kind of just hid and never told him. So, in this version of the timeline, no, he doesn't. In the Sans fight, Sans says there's an anomaly jumping through time and space. Who is that? That's the player. Thank you, Ness, for the follow. In fact, he says that in the fight. He says, it's you, isn't it? Talking to the player. Be more powerful than everything else? Except for Gaster, basically. Does Flowey blame anyone for him dying? No, not really, because he knows it was his own fault. It was his choice. It's time for Hypergooner. Does Regigigas solo Deltarune? No. What are Gaster's feats, to be honest? He created the prophecy in Deltarune, he discovered Dark Worlds, he has the highest stats out of any character in the game, he can reset your game if you name yourself Gaster, and that goes on. But those are just like a few. Thank you, Minecraft Master, for the follow. Why is Gaster evil? That's a good question. There's not really a real answer for that yet. That'll probably happen later in Deltarune. damn it. What happens if you hit Asriel? That. If you do end up fighting Gaster, won't be no hit only because of his damage. I mean, while his stats are technically like that, I don't think that if a Gaster boss fight actually happened, those would be the actual stats that get used. I don't think it would be a no hit only kind of challenge. Maybe Toby will go that direction, but I doubt it. Thank you, Gaiden, for the follow. I mean, like, the Asriel's stats in the files are also really, really high, but he doesn't kill you in one shot, so that wouldn't... I imagine it would be the same thing. How would we even fight Gaster if he can one-tap Asriel? I don't know. He could go easy on you. The fact is, the way Gaster works, he could probably just close your game if he wanted to and make it so you can't even fight him. Like, if there were a way to fight him, it would probably be because he's wanting to fight you. Like, just for the fun of it or something. I don't know. I hear the last of horror. Oh my god, bro. Thank you, Fritz, for the follow. Would Gaster be not evil towards Asgore because they were friends when Gaster was normal? Impossible to say. No one really knows what Gaster's motives are yet. So... it's really unclear. The only reason people suspect that he is evil is because there's a lot of connections between, like, him and, like, Hell and, like, the devil. But other than that, we don't really know much about his motivations at all. What if instead of Wingding Gaster, the royal scientist? Yeah, go on. Thank you, Jay, for the follow. If Frisk had all 6 souls, would they be stronger than Gaster? I would argue no, probably not. Gaster is kind of like on a layer of reality above every character that exists in, like, both games. Or maybe a layer of reality below it, technically. That might be a better way to phrase it. But the world works differently for him. It's like a totally different scale. I've been thinking, is Friend an aura farming merchant? Yeah, basically. Friend is like pure aura. I mean, Friend is like basically the knight, almost certainly, so the knight is like the king of aura farming anyway. Why does Asriel even let us have a turn? Because he wants to keep playing this game with you. He's just like toying with you, basically. But then again, there are also just kind of rules to the world that even if you have all the souls apply. Like, for example, like, you can't attack a monster that is running a shop. That's just a rule. If Gaster went into Gerson's shop, I mean, not if Gaster's probably different. But if Asriel went into Gerson's shop, Asriel probably couldn't kill him. Even with all the souls. Not, like, he just probably could not do it. Thank you, Angel, for the heart me. Why does Sans not want to give us our turn? So if we are... Why does Sans not want to give us our turn? Is it so we are stuck forever? Yeah, again, that's another rule. If his attack never ends, you can't attack him. Unless he falls asleep and you move the box. Thank you, HHH, for the follow. But basically, yeah, he was just doing that to make you stuck there, but obviously it didn't work. Why would he be willing to be stuck forever? He already basically doesn't care about anything. He's like kind of aware of the resets, so that's basically no different to him than just going through normally. Like he doesn't really care about anything. He's willing to give up his entire life to stop you because he knows that you getting through will just erase the entire world. One out of 4. Aw, man. Nice. Bad RNG. Low-key, annually, I don't want to go to school because even though it's Christmas. I mean, that's fair. I'm getting a Steam Deck for Christmas? W. I love my Steam Deck. Dude, the creator of The Simpsons was in the Epstein files? Is that actually true? Thank you, user, for the follow. Sadly, that's crazy. W misinformation? I don't know who to believe. Thank you, Mans, for the follow. Dude, if the Gecko is on the the Gecko is on the Epstein files? Wait, really? Is he really? How does Sans know about what the player is capable of? Probably because of his connections to Gaster. Sans might be on the files, to be honest. Loki, that might be true. Thank you, Shish, for the follow. How many attempts has it been? I do not account attempts. A lot, though. Undertale music goes so hard, that's so true. Asriel's a soul merchant? Yeah, basically. Anyway, it's time for Hypergunner. Has Papyrus got autism? That might be the craziest question you've asked yet. Chat, what do we think? Does Papyrus have autism? Perchance, ask Sans. Loki, he might have autism. Here we go. Oh, come on. Thank you, Melon, for the 5 roses. Appreciate it. Why has Sans only got 1 blue eye? There is no lore explanation for that at all. I could not tell you. Maybe that'll be explained in Deltarune, but as of right now, there is absolutely no explanation for that. To Aura Farm? Yeah, pretty much. Favorite Pokemon? I don't really know much about Pokemon. I'll be honest. I'm not a big Pokemon fan. Just say Gengar and we chill. I do like Gengar. Gengar is cool. Say Regigigas because he's the best. Alright. I forgot my 4% knowledge on the Toby Fox universe. Is Deltarune the prequel? No, Deltarune is an alternate universe. Thank you, Angel, for the follow. What is it related to Rattata, though? What? What up, bro? I'm back, and I like Mewtwo. I guess we're all just saying our favorite Pokemon now. Is it true that Papyrus has an orange eye? Some people think that because Sans has a blue eye, but there's no evidence for that, to be honest. Maybe. If we get a Papyrus fight in Chapter 5 of Deltarune and he has an orange eye, I can't say I'd be surprised. But they ain't even in the same universe of origin? What is it? What are you talking about? Don't use mercy, use act and hope? No, why would I do that? Also, aren't the orange attacks like artificial? What do you mean, artificial? What does that mean? Favorite Undertale character? Gaster. Although he's more of a Deltarune character than an Undertale character, but still. Fuck. The Alphys puzzle? You mean like the orange lasers? What do you think about the stanzas from Deltarune Theory? I am 100% on board with it. It is, like, basically 100% true. Thank you, Che, for the follow. How do you be good in Undertale? You practice the game a lot. Go to Axe and press no-hit Asriel and you win? Wait, you might be onto something. Do you do this just from memory, or is it just plain skill? I mean, it's mostly randomized, so it's mostly reaction-based stuff, but playing it a lot definitely helps. Some of them are always the same, like this attack is always the same. But this is all RNG. Like, this is different every time. So what do you think the reason is that he has magic in Undertale but not in Deltarune? Who? I mean, like, just monsters in general? I mean, it's... there are different rules to the world. That's the reason there is no war between humans and monsters. Probably because humans and monsters are kind of, like, on the same level. Monsters don't have that magic. So, I think that's part of it. How do you get this game? It's on Steam. It's called Undertale. What the fuck you mean 45 days? Is it free on Steam? No, it's $10. This is the 45th day of trying to no-hit this. How many bosses did you no-hit? Basically, all of them. Undertale, that's a great game. Took me a while to beat Sans. W reference. Thank you for the follow quotation. Do you think Undyne puts stuff in human neighborhoods? Yeah, probably. Thank you, Omega Flowey, for the follow. Took me so long to beat Genocide Undyne. Yeah, I mean, it's a little tricky, I guess. Thank you, Sheer, for the follow. Thank you, Black Hole, for the follow. Thank you, DeRay, for the follow. It's harder than Sans for me? That's crazy. Like real cops? Yeah, Undyne would be like that. Come on, man. Oops. How do you not get bored? Because I don't really play that much per day. I usually play like only an hour to 2 hours. Also, recently, a lot of these streams are lore discussions, which I find enjoyable. Thanks to me, yeah, pretty much. Thank you. Oh, wait, never mind. I need the Deltarune newsletter now? I know. Bro, it's easy just to go outside the box, you're so right. Who is Ralse, or however you spell the name? Yeah, that's how you spell it. We don't know. We don't really know what Ralse is. I'm guessing they'll probably go into that in the next chapter of the game. How we know that Ralse exists? Because we see him and can talk to him and interact with him. He's a Darkner. We don't know what he is in the light world, though. Thank you, Sans, for the follow. He also behaves differently from other Darkners. Is it Asriel's sibling? No. I'm having doubts that the big image F is having importance to Deltarune. That's the worst take I've ever heard from you. Friend is obviously going to be important. Friend is likely... Friend is 100% the one that causes Dess's disappearance, which is obviously important. Friend is likely the one possessing Dess and turning Dess into the Knight. Friend is going to be the main antagonist of the story. In Chapter 5... Yeah, I think there might be kind of a cliffhanger with Friend kind of starting to become important at the end, but I think Friend's major roles won't be until Chapter 6 and Chapter 7. How hard do you think Papyrus fight would be if he wasn't holding back? Probably Sans difficulty. I don't know, maybe a little harder. Does Gaster know Toby Fox is God? I don't know if it will get that meta. Maybe. Thank you, Dinosaur, for the follow. Gaster also kind of represents Toby Fox also to an extent, though, so I don't know. Thank you, Dinosaur, for the follow. Thank you, Abdul, for the follow. Why did Noel send Satan to take out Des? I don't think Noel did that. Now, why did Chris and Caddy do that? I don't know. How tall is Sans? Short. Thank you, Karma, for the follow. It's time for Hypergooner. So does that mean Gaster knows what soul color we are? Yeah, I would say Gaster does know that. How tall is Asgore? Pretty tall. Thank you, Useless Account, for the follow. Take some determination, bruh. Thank you, Chris. Why are the monsters called monsters when they're technically animals? I mean, they're not animals. They're like beings made out of magic and dust. Have you all seen the Half-Life subreddit? Yes, I have. It's crazy. They're going through it right now. They just need to be patient. It's coming soon. God, how did that hit me, bro? That one was kind of on my... No, that was kind of on me. They're hybrids? Some of them might be hybrids. I don't know. Like Susie might be a hybrid. I know that theory's pretty popular. Sans might be a hybrid. Papyrus might be a hybrid. Gaster might be a hybrid. Other than those four, probably not a lot of hybrids. Thank you, Arvin, for the follow. Maybe Undyne 2. Maybe Undyne 2. Probably not Undyne, though. Undyne doesn't bleed. But I guess Papyrus doesn't either. How long have you been stuck on this one? This is day 45. Half-Life subreddit's on stage 1 of Silk posting. More like the Silk Song subreddit was on stage 0.5 of Half-Life posting. We've been waiting a lot longer than Silk Song fans have. Thank you, Random Dude, for the follow. Does Gaster know he is 2D? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Is there actually a Gaster scene in Undertale? Yes, there is. It's very rare. It's like a 1 in 1,000 chance of finding him, but yes, you can find Gaster in Undertale. Thank you, User, for the follow. I'm waiting on Portal 3. Me too. I mean, I think there is a solid chance that'll happen eventually, but I don't think they're currently working on that. Half-Life 3 is basically finished and will be coming out in a few months, probably. Portal 3, that's probably several years away. If it ever comes, which I hope it does. 1000% Hopium? It's not Hopium. It is being worked on and has been for a long time. If you like know anything about what the data miners have been finding, there is a 0% chance that the game they've been working on for the past 5 years is not Half-Life 3. It is Half-Life 3. That's not hopium, that's a fact. Let's be real, there is probably no such thing as Gaster, and Chapter 7 will be some Gaster joke. I'm gonna assume that's rage bait. Because that's the worst take I've ever heard. Bro, will you just read my messages? Sorry, I didn't see your one message that you sent. Is that thing a goat x gator x snake? No, I think it's just a goat. Can you make a tutorial on how to get the God Home mod working? If you join my Discord, I can help you out with it. Here, I'll post a link to the Discord right now. Join the Discord if you're new here. Does the Gaster order the Black Knight guy in Deltarune? I mean, likely, it's Friend that controls the Knight in Deltarune, and Gaster orders Friend around, so yes, probably. What the fuck is Friend? Friend is the cat. You see the guy in chat named Image Friend? That's Friend. Friend is the definition of aura? That's so true. Anyway, it's time for Hypergooner. Join Discord, W. Expedition 33 won the Nobel Peace Prize? Low key. Was that trail following Asriel? It's just his aura trail. I don't know. I don't think that really means anything. Pure aura? Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I should have went down. Thank you, did you just say for the follow? Thank you, Ace, for the follow. If it says can't move your body, how come we are dodging his attacks? Because we're the soul moving, not Frisk's body. Four months, by the way? I mean, 45 days isn't exactly 4 months. It's like a month and a half. If you get it today, what? You've been doing this way longer than that? No, I haven't. Thank you, Love Lolly, for the follow. When Asriel starts to panic at the end of the fight, why doesn't he just kill us or load a save? He's not panicking, he's just like, realizing what he's been doing is wrong, and he, like, feels bad. Like, he could kill us, he just doesn't want to. How does Sans get a boner? That's the best question I've gotten all stream. I see you with that name, I see you, I do the same thing. Oh yeah, what do you do? What do you think I did? I joined the server, W Gaster. This is peak, I can't lie, that's so true. Gaster needs to take care of his kids, that's true. Papyrus has been missing his bedtime story. I love Undertale, but I can't play it because I'm on mobile. I mean, I know there are pirated versions of it that you can play on mobile. But, yeah, there's no official way. It's time for Hypergooner. Today is the day. We'll see, we'll see. What was that? No hit end credits when? I've done that multiple times. That's really easy. Thank you, Hans, for the TikTok. I just realized Asriel has his toes out. Yeah, all of the goats have their toes out. Fan games are harder than this? There are a couple fan games that are harder than this, but not many. This is harder than the vast majority of fan games. Most fan games that are harder than this are also impossible to no-hit. Aw, man. First phase 2 attack, I've seen you dodge. I dodge the first attack more often than I get hit by it, honestly. Phase 2 attacks are harder than Roaring Fraud. Yeah, way harder. Nothing in the Roaring Knight fight compares even a little bit to any of those attacks. Nothing in even Omega Flowey compares even a little bit to any of those attacks. Those attacks are ridiculously difficult. My prediction is on Christmas Day if you're streaming then. We'll see. That would be pretty cool if that happened. I beat Roaring Knight on my Switch with Stick Drift. Roaring Knight is a fraud. Yeah, I mean, it's... Once you get it down, it's not that hard of a fight. Fighting Asgore for the first time is so peak. That is true. Asgore goes hard. Sans solos everyone in Deltarune? No. No, he doesn't. How not? Gaster, for one. The player, second. Friend, third. I sincerely doubt Sans would beat a Titan, 4. The Knight, 5. Those are just a few that Sans definitely could not beat. Can you say hi back, please? Hello, purple guy. Don't forget the absolute GOAT Pippins, you're so right. Will you attempt to do a no-hit Undertale everything run? I will, at the very least, definitely do a no-hit Genocide run. I'll, at some point, maybe do a no-hit Neutral run, although that would be pretty difficult. I'm probably never going to do no-hit True Pacifist, considering nobody has ever done that. But who knows, maybe I'll be the first one to ever do that. A month and 15 days, it might be over. I mean, it took 5 years for the first guy to do this. I think I'm on fine pace. Sans has karma damage first and does everything in there. You will have to get him tired the only way. Yeah, do you know how much fucking HP the Knight has alone? And that's on the lower end of the things I mentioned. The Knight could definitely outlast him, and all it needs to do is one hit. In Undertale, Sans takes 22 turns. That's it. Also, karma damage only works on you if you've killed everyone. Did Gaster look different before he became God? Yes, most likely. And what the fuck could what the fuck could Sans even possibly do against Gaster? If I tried to beat Asriel, it would take like 2 months to do. I mean, beating the fight is really easy. There are a lot of checkpoints in it. It's just no-hitting it that's hard. Gaster's in both verses? Yeah, it's the same Gaster, but yeah. Prime Gerson can beat Sans also? Yeah, you know what? Probably. Does Friend solo Roaring Fodder? Most likely Friend is the one possessing Roaring Knight, so yes. The Roaring Knight is basically just an extension of Friend. If Phase 2 didn't exist, it would have been done on day 1? Yeah, pretty much. It wasn't day 1. I probably could have done it on day 1. I think I beat Phase 1 for the first time on day 4. But it would not have taken long. Prime Gerson and Undyne can solo Roaring Fraud. No, I just don't think Undyne or Gerson could take the night. What is our name in Deltarune? You can choose your name. You choose it at the beginning. Well, you're not Chris in Deltarune. You just control Chris. Chris isn't you. You literally pick your name in the beginning. Separate from the vessel and Chris. One out of 4. No, like in Undertale, our name is Frisk. What is it in Deltarune? Well, your name isn't Frisk in Undertale. You control Frisk in Undertale. But the character you control in Deltarune is Chris. But that's not your name. Oh, come on. Is the 4th attack even possible to dodge? The 4th attack isn't harder than any of the others. Are you talking about the attack in Phase 4? Are you talking about this attack? Did you just say that was easy, Ralsei? You should try that and tell me it's easy. Try and dodge even one of those attacks and tell me it's easy. Is this the attack you were talking about, Owen? Yes, it's possible. I have no-hit it, but it is very, very hard. I have no-hit that attack before, though, yes. It took me like an hour to no-hit it. I did it 100 times in a row, but my disability won't let me show you. Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot you have can't show no-hit disability. So many people in my chat have can't show no-hit disorder. It's crazy. Hand cam when? I can put a hand cam on now if you wanted, but it's not particularly interesting. IMO Golden Freddy beats Gaster. I just don't think that would be true, but also those power systems are so different. But I would still say no. I don't think so. Chris Goon Theory versus Knight, who wins? What? Elbow reveal? You want an elbow reveal? Isaac Mariah, solos Gaster, and Golden Freddy? Okay, you might be right about that one, though, actually. Have you played Earthbound? I haven't yet. Thank you, Teresa, for the follow. Ear reveal? No, you're not getting that. Who can solo the Roaring Fraud with these? Isaac Mariah? That is so true. Isaac would solo nearly every character in Deltarune. Isaac Mariah solos Gygus and Roaring Knight, no diff? That's so true. Gygus versus Roaring Knight? Probably Gygus, from what I know about Earthbound. Are the 6 souls sentient? Yes. Isaac can solo fucking Satan, but not a damn spider. Yeah, sometimes. That's only if you're bad at the game, though. Is Waterfall where Gaster is? That is where you can find this hidden hallway, and you can find Mystery Man, yeah. But Gaster's also, like, kind of everywhere. That's just where you can see him. Thank you, Zaki, for the follow. Does Alan Wake beat Gaster? I know nothing about Alan Wake. What mod is this? It's called God Home. It's time for Hypergooner. If the core is destroyed, does Gaster die? No. The core... Gaster made the core, but that's it. It has nothing, like... It's not like his power source or anything. If the core is destroyed, nothing would happen to Gaster. Oh my god. I solo Gaster easily? Really? If Asriel doesn't hold back, feel bad, is he impossible to beat? I mean... It's hard to say, because there are rules to the world, and I don't think, even with all of the souls, he would be able to bypass them. It would just not work. Would 10 Asriels beat Gaster? No, I don't think so. I don't think anything could beat Gaster. Except maybe Des, depending on how the story of Deltarune plays out. Or the player. How strong do you think Asgore would be if he didn't hold back? Very strong. Des, like the deer that got rammed by Asgore? Possibly. Because I think what happened to what happened to Gaster, something very similar to that I think happened to Des. Jubble solos, no doubt. Jubble does not solo Gaster. Varric versus Asriel. TLDR. Eat shit. Ralsei with a blunt solos Gaster? Okay, you might be right about that, actually. Gabriel from Ultra Kill versus Gaster or Roaring Knight? I don't really know much about Ultra Kill. I couldn't say. Is there a version of Gaster in every Undertale verse, every fan game, or is it one Gaster? Based on what the implications of the colored door in the 10th year anniversary stream, probably different Gaster in every version. Because the door is grayscale, so it's a copy. Do you have any tips for fighting Jevil? Use the spin cake. That'll make it super easy. Thank you, Titan, for the follow. Would HFTV Gaster beat normal Gaster? What is HFTV? Help from the Void? I mean, that's not canon. I think in Help from the Void it's just normal Gaster, isn't it? But also that's just, like, not a canon thing, so I don't know. Rat, do you like Sans? Yeah, I like Sans. Do we ever get a Gaster fight or fan game? I think we probably will get a Gaster fight later in Deltarune. I know what Undertale is. I don't know why you keep saying that. Rat, what's your most disliked NPC in Undertale and Deltarune? I mean, I don't think there are any, like, really bad NPCs, but, like, there are... I don't know. I guess I'm not, like, the biggest fan ever of Mettaton. I don't dislike Mettaton, but I feel like he's one of the weaker characters. But I don't think there are any bad characters. Why would I act? Who's your favorite Undertale character? Gaster. Gaster's just an interesting character, more so than most. I'm not glazing Gaster. It's been so long, FNAF reference. Is it spawned on Spotify? If so, what's it called? Yeah, it's called Hopes and Dreams. Alive Mouse, what will your next no-hit be? I was probably gonna do Help from the Void after this. Jerry Solo's Gaster, yeah, you're right. If Gaster found his way into Steam, the game app, would he beat every game? Yeah, probably. I don't know. He's on Twitter, so, like, he has some access to the internet, if you consider that canon, which I don't think Toby considers it canon, so probably not, but I don't know. What happens when you fight Asriel? You miss. Gaster's on Twitter? Yeah, every time a new chapter of Deltarune releases, the Undertale Twitter account just turns into Gaster, and Gaster starts talking to you through Twitter. Gaster on Twitter, canon, are we deadass? I said I don't think it is canon. Toby has said that he doesn't consider anything outside the game canon. The Titan or Omega Flowey? Probably Omega Flowey. Does that mean Gaster saw his Yaoi fan art? Yeah, probably. 1 out of 4. Oh man. Not bad, not a bad run. I didn't mean to do that shit. Whoops. What happens to Asriel's legs when he transforms? It turns into like that little thing. I don't know what to call it. Whoops. Whoops. No hit Flowey is tough? It is tough. Not as hard as this, though. You are tough, Hala. Please do Asgore one time as a break. Not right now. I'm probably going to do a couple more runs of this and then end stream for today. Is Flowey technically the strongest except Gaster? Yeah, I guess. In Undertale? Yeah. Asriel Creamer? That's so true. Best thing about Genocide is you get to slime Flowey. That is fair. But you also get to slime Sans. Bro, what? Oops. Does Asriel actually look like this when he was alive? Because for a child, he's quite big? No, this is like what he thinks he would look like as an adult. He looks different as when he was alive. He looked like a child. You see him, like, after the fight, as he, like, also before the fight, as he, like, actually looked when he was alive. Gaster no hit next. When he makes that fight, yeah, I'll do it. Rat, have you reached phase 3 yet? Yeah, I've reached phase 3 multiple times. I've also reached phase 4 3 times. Do you think Toby Fox will make Gaster no hit harder than Asriel no hit? No, I don't think he will. I really hope he doesn't, but it would be hard to make anything harder than this. I think it's extremely unlikely that that would be harder than this. I think he will make the Gaster fight harder than Sans and harder than the Knight. But in terms of a no-hit, I think it is unlikely it'll be anything like this, or even Flowey probably. So doesn't that mean Gaster would be weaker than Asriel because it's easier to kill? No. First of all, you can't kill Asriel. That's not how the fight goes. And I think it's unlikely you would be able to kill Gaster either. I don't know how the fight would end, but probably not with you killing him. How did Kara end up in the underground? Kara chose to go to the underground because they hated humanity. Whoops. Gaster has 66666 HP, I think, in the stat charts. Yeah. How did I hit her? Is Kara thousands of years old? I mean, Kara died like many years ago, but they just died a long time ago. They're not like, they haven't been alive that whole time. Is Kara a girl or are they genderless? They're genderless. Do you think an Undertale movie / series would do well? I don't think it would work well in that format, no. I think this is the kind of thing that can only work as a video game. Then why is all fan art and voice lines of her female? I don't know. It's fan art. That's not canon. In the Undertale tarot cards, Frisk was presented as female. I don't think that's true. If Kara somehow came back, would Flowey be evil towards them? Probably not, no. I don't know, maybe. Flowey doesn't have a soul, so... The cards are fanon, confirmed by Toby? Yeah, I thought so. I don't think there were any official tarot cards. Titan versus Roaring Knight? Probably Titan, honestly. The only reason that the Fun Gang could beat them is because Chris had the soul to steal it. The Titan couldn't do that. Why did Toby Fox refuse to give Kara / Frisk a gender? That's just how he wants the characters to be. There's nothing wrong with that. They're like canonically non-binary. It's not even really like genderless. That's just how they are. It's not that he's not giving them a gender. Has Chris got a gender? No, Chris is also non-binary. It's time for Hypergoner. Who is the most gooniest character in Undertale and Deltarune? Probably Toriel. In Undertale, it's definitely Metaton. I don't think Metaton's that goonable. Sans? That's crazy. Toby Fox is too busy making Friend the main antagonist. This will be the last attempt for today, I think. Aw, man. Oh, well. Well, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you, El Random, for the follow. I'll link the Discord if you're new here. Definitely check it out if you enjoyed it. And I will be back, probably not tomorrow. Maybe I might do a late stream, but probably the day after. I'm not doing any more runs. I'm tired. I've been streaming for over 2 hours. This is a longer stream than normal already. But yeah, if you're new here, definitely check out the Discord. I just put in a link, and I will be back with more later. Bye, chat. I'm not doing any more games, Owen. I'm sorry. I streamed for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Elbow reveal before leaving. I would have to like set up the camera to make sure I don't accidentally face reveal. I can't do that right now. All right. Bye, chat.